friends. Pastor Chris here. I'm the online campus pastor for St. Mark, and I'm just checking in with you for the week as we journey through another place that Jesus called home in our destination series, and that place is Nazareth. This place is a small and often overlooked part of Jesus's earthly life as he grew in wisdom, stature, and favor with God and man, according to Luke 2:52. And as we learned from Pastor P on Sunday, Nazareth wasn't a place of grandeur or fame or acknowledgement. It was a quiet place, a place of humility where Jesus spent many, many years being prepared for his God-led mission that most of us talk about and know about today. The reality is, though, St. Mark, much of Jesus's life was not public knowledge. It was instead a personal, private time of his life where God prepared him for what was to come. And we know about the miracles, signs, and wonders, but we don't really sit with the silent season of Jesus's life and what that means for us. Likely because we're not comfortable with silence. We often try to fill those spaces with stuff. However, the silent seasons of our life are necessary, and I'm even learning that for myself. Jesus' time in Nazareth was necessary and intentional, and it should remind us today, in the words of Pastor P, that silent preparation often precedes significant purpose. Ooh, that was so good. Y'all, let's remember as we journey this week through Nazareth that it's possible for our feelings of inadequacy and insignificance to really be skewed by the enemy when God is really trying to position us in a season of obscurity. Maybe God is trying to speak through your feelings in order to get you to see life through the lens of faith instead. I personally came into December being challenged in this way. And I chose to be quiet and listen when the Lord said, be quiet. God said, let me see you before they do. And in the words of Dr. Sarita Lyons, sometimes you have to be quiet so you can hear to heal. And just like I was challenged coming into this last month of the year, maybe God has been trying to challenge you too, but you keep missing the message because you're too noisy. Has God prompted you to fast from certain things, but you refuse to listen? Has God convicted you to keep your cool even in the face of chaos? How has the Lord challenged you to position yourself in a place of obscurity? Has God been trying to prepare you for a season of silence, but you keep missing it because you feel the need to be heard? Y'all, I get it. I promise I do. When you struggle with the trauma of being overlooked or ignored or dismissed, it can force you to want to tell your side when you really just need to hush. It's a lesson that's hard to hear, but necessary to learn. Y'all, experiencing a season of hush won't harm you, because if God is indeed for you, who can really be against you? Amen. So don't be afraid to embrace your silent season whenever that season comes. So I invite you this week to reflect on your own Nazareth. What does that look like for you? What does it look like for you to be still and really know that God is still God, even when the silence doesn't feel so good? I implore you to engage with this week's devotional readings and consider what God is calling you to do as we prepare to exit this year and enter a new one, or as you prepare to exit this season and enter a new one. Amen. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the comments.